Guys, the chicken is here, bringing you another Beach video. In today's video, guys, this is going to be the starter guide for Season 5. What to upgrade, what not to upgrade, what I've done so far, the mistakes that the chicken has made, and everything like that. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. Alright, so we're going to start off just purely going over the tech tree. Now you can see what I've done here. I'm going to ignore that for right now and just let you guys know what you need to upgrade. So you start off with 2 engine rooms, right? You get the third one very, very quickly. So obviously you want to get the third engine unlocked relatively soon. But once you get the third engine unlocked, essentially all you want to do is pour all of your upgrade points into barrage and into artilleries. Because at 3 engine rooms, all you need are 3 things. You need gunboat energy, you need max barrage and max artilleries. That's enough to take down 3 engine rooms, and you're going to take down each base within 6 to 7 seconds. And people that don't have this strategy, or don't have these tech nodes unlocked and maxed, they are quite expensive, so it takes a little bit of time. They're not going to be able to beat you. They can't compete if they don't have maxed barrage and artillery. They're going to be losing so quickly that it doesn't matter what troops they use, what strategies they have. They're just going to lose. There's just no competing with it. So those 3 upgrades are the most key right now. Now, on the other side, the best defense to maxed out barrage and artillery, you're not going to like this answer because it's going to take a little bit more time. It's going to be a little bit more frustrating. But it's just getting to that 4th engine room, because then they can no longer just use barrage and artillery to take down your engine rooms. And they're also going to be at a pretty significant disadvantage because they're going to rank up quickly, right? They're going to be up at rank 22, 23 just because they're able to smother everyone that's in their path at 3 engine rooms. But once they get up to 4, they're not going to have upgraded defenses. They might not have all of the defenses, because all their upgrade points are tied into those 2 gunboat abilities, because they are pretty expensive. So once it kind of levels out at 4 engine rooms, then the people that didn't max out barrage and artillery are going to kind of take back over, make some more strides. The people that fumbled out of the gates will be able to pick back up a bit and be a little bit more competitive. Now, that's not to say that you shouldn't max out barrage and artillery. It's only going to be like that for a little bit. You know, you're going to keep winning battles and getting chests, so it's still the optimal route to take. I'm just letting everyone know that just because you didn't do that doesn't mean that you're stuck. Don't be discouraged. You will be able to climb back up through the ranks. It's just going to take a little bit longer. Just a little setback at the start. So, yeah. And if you do max out barrage and artillery, you know, you're probably gonna hit a cap somewhere around once you start facing 4 engines and people's defenses are too hard to just kind of blow through with gunboat abilities. You're gonna be stuck for a little bit. You'll have to upgrade your troops and everything like that. So let's talk about the troops next. So what's worth using? Now, the best troop, might be the best troop for the entire season, is the rocket chopper. So the rocket chopper, it's insanely fast. It's got a good amount of health, and it does tons of damage. And the way I've been using them, there's a few different ways you can use them. You can use them with rifles or heavies in a mix together, and they cost 2 GB each. So if you mix them up with troops that don't cost anything, you have a little bit more gunboat energy. It's kind of a way, if you don't have max barrage and artillery, to take down half the base, then use your barrage and artillery on the engine rooms that are remaining. It's just it's a base race, right? At the end of the day, at the Season 5, it looks like it's going to be a base race throughout the entire tech tree. And all that means is whoever takes down the other guy's engine rooms first is going to win, and it doesn't matter what you do because you're going to take them all down. It's just whoever does it the fastest, right? So the rocket choppers are definitely proving to be extremely powerful. They're very fast. They're the fastest troop in the game. So those are going to be key. Bombardiers, do not upgrade them. Don't unlock them. Don't use them. They're too slow. Sure, they're great. They're going to take down the base. They have no place in Season 5 as of right now. The next troop that's going to be very important is going to be the Seekers. The Seekers are going to be important because, again, they're very fast. You can just smoke them to engine rooms, and they're going to do well. I haven't used them yet myself, so I can't talk about them too much. So, yeah, Seekers, rocket choppers, bullet, you know, upgrade them a little bit. use energy drink. Taunt if the base really needs it, but that's going to be your hero for the most part. I'm not sure if Everspark's really going to fit in that well, just because she's so slow, and you know, she spawns the critters, but they take time. Again, it's a base race, right? So let's talk about what the chicken's done so far, some mistakes that I've made. So obviously I didn't max out barrage and artillery. I was a little bit late to that party. I started just kind of throwing upgrades around, which you should never really do. You should always be certain, like, wait for the YouTube stuff to come out like this before you throw in all your upgrade points. You're gonna be okay to just, you know, play a day or so at a lower tech level, and then, you know, once you make the optimal tech tree decisions, then you're gonna be further ahead than if you didn't do that. Yeah, I kind of spread out my defenses. I maxed out a few of them, machine guns, cannons. Now I'm still not really torn up about it, because you know, you're gonna need defenses at some point anyways. It's just there's better options than to max out cannons and machine guns right now. Riflemen and Zukas I put a few upgrades into. Probably didn't need to do that either, you know, with the rocket choppers and bullet and smokes and shocks. Like, that's more than enough firepower that you really need. Again, with barrage and artillery taking the main scene, that was a bit of a waste. And shock bombs, I just did this in my last stream. I upgraded them and maxed them, or I unlocked them and I maxed them out. OP Destroy made a really good point. The rocket choppers move so quickly. A shock bomb at level 1 shocks defenses for 6 seconds. You don't really need the extra 4 seconds. The troops are moving that quickly that it's not that great of a benefit, and those resources would have been better off allocated somewhere else. So that's basically the decisions that I've made so far. Now we can get into a few battles. In terms of base defense, make sure your engine rooms aren't wide open at the back so they can be crittered. Make sure you have some defenses on them. Spread out your defenses. For 3 engines, you know, whatever you put down, it's probably going to be okay. Boom cannons are one of the better defenses to unlock. Those are definitely worth upgrading, because they can deal with the rocket choppers pretty quickly. So let's get into a few battles here, and we're just gonna play around a little bit and try to see if we can get something interesting going. So what do we see here? We got this base actually looks pretty tough. So for this base, what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do anything fancy. We're just gonna throw a bullet out. We're going to throw the rocket choppers down, and this is basically how you want to do it, guys. You want to, when you don't have that maxed out barrage and artillery, you just want to kind of work your way through the base and take them down as you go. We'll go 1 and 2 there, and then we're already on the last engine room. It is going to take a little bit more time to get to that last one, because it's going to cost more gunboat energy. Something that we can do, since we have the shocks unlocked, is we can just shock stuff. And we can just fly those choppers right over there. You see how fast they are? And we can go like this and get another flare on there, and boom. So something like that. You know, it's a base race, like we said. The other guy was able to take us down. Looked like even faster, depending on how quickly you started. We'll see here in a sec. But yeah, it's okay. We did beat him. So it's all about speed. It's just all purely about speed. Nothing else really. So yeah, that's probably the best way to attack. If you don't have the Barts fully maxed out just yet. We'll try something else here just to switch it up. So we'll go 1, 2, and then we're gonna fly them all the way over here using smoke. And okay, so we got them all the way to the back here. Now you see the boom cannons, they're actually able to, I'm pretty sure that they can one-shot them. So we gotta be careful with that. But other than that, we're okay to kind of let them fly out for the most part. And we're going to shock this, and then we're going to go over here, and we're going to use some artilleries. And that's basically it. That's basically how I smoke the choppers. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not rocket science. It's rocket choppers. Remember that. 3 minutes and 23 seconds. Yeah, it's so frustrating sometimes, because, you know, you feel like you're doing so well, like you do everything that you can to get through the base as quickly as you can, and then you lose by a couple seconds. So that can be really frustrating. But the good thing is there's a way to counter it, and that way is just pushing through the initial the initial wall, getting to that 4th engine as quickly as possible, and you're going to be really far out ahead of the rest of everyone for doing that. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and we're going to be covering everything that is Season 5 in Warships. We're going to get all the metas out to you as quickly as they develop and everything like that. So yeah, guys, as always, thank you so much for watching. That's going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to leave a like if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative, and we'll see you in the next one. Guys, check it out.